Particle moves along the x-axis with position at time t given by x of t is equal to t minus a, t minus b, where a and b are constants and a does not equal b. For which of the following values t is the particle at rest?
Okay, particle is at rest. Now, particle is at rest when the velocity is what? Zero. So I'm going to put on here when the velocity is equal to 0. And this part is where I'm going to kind of plug in to make it more algebra based. Let's actually plug in a constant. What constant is a basic number that we can plug in? 1, very good. And then 2. You don't want to use 1 both on the same one. That would be silly on your end. So I'm going to write let a equal 1, b equals 2. And then let's plug it in. We have x of t is equal to t minus 1 and t minus 2. And we have to find the velocity. The velocity is the derivative of this, which is v of t. Okay, are we using what rule on this one? Something times something. Product rule. So when I derive the one and only variable, what is it? Isn't that 1? And we keep the second one, t minus 2. What operation separate the product rule? Plus. And then I keep the first one. And when I derive the second piece, it's going to be what? 1. It'll be 1. If I further simplify this, that's going to give me basically 2t minus 3. Is everyone okay with that? Mm-hmm. Now we set this one equal to 0. So when I do, I get t is equal to 3 over 2. And 3 over 2 came from 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, meaning a plus b over 2. Which one has that? Done. So if you know it says it's giving you a constant, plug in a 1, plug in a 2. Okay? Okay, if you're good to move on, give me a thumbs up. Okay? For my second one, my 17, anytime you are given a graph, you cannot miss a question that's got a graph on it. So, Quinn, let's read number 17 real quick.
The figure above shows the graph of f. If f of x equals whatever g of t dt, which of the following could be the graph of y equals g of x?
You could say of the integral. That's fine. Okay? So let's write on here. We have f of x is the integral of g of, I'm going to write g of x because really in the end we're going to find g of x. You can leave it as g of t. Doesn't matter. So f prime is going to be g of x. It's always the integral itself, one first derivative, second derivative. So just to recall, the order that it goes in. Integral, the original, single prime, double prime. We have the integral, the original. Are we good with that? Okay? So it's asking us g of x. G of x is right here. But then I gave you the f. So if I have to focus on this guy over here, isn't f prime basically the slope of the graph? So if I look at this graph over here, the slope over here is changing or is it constant? Constant. If it is constant, it is a flat surface. The only one that has a flat surface and a positive is where? A. Do not miss a question like this. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, Molly, let's read example number 18.
The limit of 8 approaching 0 is natural log of 4 plus 8 minus natural log of 4 all over 8 is.
All right, when you see any value that's got the limit is approaching 0, let's see if it's matching this. If I look at flashcard number 2, I need all eyes up here. It says 4 plus h, x plus h, and then we have our 4 repeated, which is our x, all over h. Is it pretty much the same pattern? So when you're looking at this is testing you on the limit definition, meaning simply this. If they ever give it to you in this form, you take the last piece and derive, and that's it. So my last piece here is this guy over here. So my f of x is equal to natural log of 4. And then when I derive the natural log of 4, it is 1 over what? 1 over 4. And that one is going to be answer choice what? And again, don't miss this one. So anytime it's in that format, it's asking you for the limit definition. Take the second part, derive it, and done. Okay? The next piece. Josh, let's read number 19.
Function f is defined by f of x equals x over x plus 2. What points x, y on the graph of f have the property that the line tangent to f at x, y has slope 1/2?
So they gave us the actual value of slope, but did they already derive it for us yet? The derivative is a slope, correct? So I can set them equal to each other. So the first thing I'm gonna do is derive this guy over here using not product rule this time, but what rule? Quotient rule. F prime of x is equal to, let's kind of recall. We take everything on the bottom and all what? Square, very good. And then we derive the top, which is 1. I keep the bottom as it is. What operation? Minus. I keep the top. When I derive the one and only piece on the bottom, it's going to be basically 1, right? Okay, let's see about simplifying this. I see a positive x and a negative x in the end, so I'm going to have 2 all over x plus 2 all squared. We are setting this equal to the slope given. So I'm going to say is equal to 1 over 2. And then we're going to cross multiply. So x plus 2 all squared is equal to 4. From here, can we use our algebra knowledge? When I square root on both sides, this is where the common mistake is going to happen. Is it just 2 or plus or minus 2 when I square root on both sides? Very good, plus or minus 2. Be really careful. So that means when I take my positive 2 and subtract 2, I get a 0. And if I take negative 4, okay, what I want you to do at this point is plug in the 0 into this guy over here and the 4. Plug in it. Got it. Thank you. Go. You're gone. Okay, what was a y value when x equals 0? 0. What was a y value when x equals negative 4? 2. So we're looking for 0, 0, negative 4, 2, which is where? C. Okay, our last one, number 20. Have a good one. Okay, on number 20, Kendall, let's read.
Let f of x equals 2x plus 1 to the power of 3, and let g be the inverse function of that. Given that f of 0 equals 1, what is the value of g prime of 1?
Let's recall the formula for the inverse. So it was g of x, g prime of x. Let's see if y'all remember. What number was on the numerator? 1 over f prime of g of x. Very good. Now let's plug it in. We're plugging in 1. So we have 1 over f prime of g of 1. Now, is a g of 1 given to us by the given? If I know they're inverses of each other, can I switch the x and the y? So simply, I can say this is g of 1 is equal to 0. Is everyone good with that? So when I plug it in, I get 1 all over f prime of 0. So now at this point, I need to use chain rule to derive f of x and then plug in the 0. This one right here. So we have f prime of x. What goes outside? 3. 2x plus 1. Do I add one more or one less on the power? One less, and then derivative of the inside is 2. Now I want you to plug in 0 right here. Okay, Cole, how many would that give us?
I don't know.
You do know. 3. The parentheses is 2 plus 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. All squared times 2. Now what is it?
6.
Okay, so it'll be 1 over 6.